What's that? No, no one's a special guest. It's just me. Okay, so as I was saying, this is a video about how to write your body paragraphs, okay, in a writing analytically sentence structure that I've been talking about. To do this, you need to have planned your essay using the template that you've all been given, okay? And if you go to the OneNote under Analysing Scenes, Planning the Essay, you'll see an example of one that I've done for 1984. Okay, we've got the essay question, what I thought was being said about the essay question, our line of analysis, that is those topic sentences that answer the essay question and tell me or tell you what each paragraph is going to be about. Okay, and then at the top, your topic sentence, which you guys have all done, a box of the technique, evidence, and explanation all filled in, and you would have done this for three. You would have done 3 boxes. That's what you have done up till now. Okay, so what you need to know next is how to make a paragraph out of this stuff. And really, it's about copying and pasting or using this as a guide and writing underneath what you've got here. If I show you this below, this paragraph is made up of the stuff that's in here. Okay, so you've got 2 lessons, or you've got a week or less than a week to write all this up. But if you use your 2 lessons wisely, you might not need to do too much at home, okay, because you've already done the hard work. So, as I was saying before, when I was comparing the A's and the C, well, the B pluses, A minuses, A's with the B minuses, C plus C's, this is what I was was the main difference for me. Okay, the writing analytically style, there needs to be a precise, fluent style of writing, but it also needs to be including your evidence fluently embedded. It needs to be providing a good explanation of the technique and how it's addressing theme, and of course it needs to have reference to technique. So as you can see, the purple here are all techniques, so setting, words, description, paradox, narrative perspective, setting, characterization, okay? This is for a novel, okay? These aren't film techniques I'm talking about here, but it's just to show you a guide, okay? What is in yellow is fluently embedded quotes. So they're quotes from the novel that are fluently embedded, and that is what you need to get an A. And when I talk about being fluently embedded, it's what? Can anyone tell me what fluently embedded means? Because that's the A description. It means it's included in your writing as if it's your writing, but you've got quote marks around it to show that it's from another source. So it flows along with your sentence. So as you can see here, the description of the poster, Big Brother is watching you, conjures up an image of total surveillance and control where even a picture has the ability to follow you about when you move. So that quote there is directly from the novel, but it's flowing with my sentences. That's what you guys need to do if you want to do well in this assignment, okay? And the explanation is key. The stuff in green is explaining how the technique's working and how it's addressing your theme, okay, or that latter part of the essay question. So if you guys are talking about truth, then this bit is talking about how this technique is revealing the truth. If you're talking about suspense, this green bit is talking about how suspense is created and what are we learning from that suspense, okay? What's happening based on that suspense. All right, so that's an example. What you also need, and this is related to the blue bits, are use of descriptors, okay? So you will find that information in your essay writing, okay? So go to the Writing Analytically Word Bank, all right? And here is a whole list of things that you need for your writing for it to be analytical, fluent, and precise, okay? So you've got descriptors that talk about technique. So Scorsese employs, uses, utilizes, applies these techniques in order to do something, okay? He will examine something or explore something or portray something or describe something or question. These words are a gold mine for you, okay? By using them correctly in your writing, you're going to make your writing sound more analytical, more precise, all that kind of stuff that describes an A. Comprehensive, perceptive, insightful, all of those things are achieved through the appropriate use of these kinds of words, okay? Effect on the reader are things like it moves the reader, it betrays the reader, it helps the reader, it shocks, it alienates, it angers, okay? Especially you suspense people, you're going to be using lots of these words, okay? Now, this connective stuff is going to be really helpful when you're adding to your argument, okay, within your paragraph. So you'll talk about one technique or a combination of techniques, and you use words like moreover, furthermore, where are they? Okay, also another technique. These things add layering to your analysis, okay, and create a coherent trajectory in your analysis. So if I've got something like, this is Sam's example, so you guys are going to use this, and how you choose to do it is up to you, okay? So I just want to know how. Okay, so I might just open up a new document, okay? What am I doing? I want to get a new one. Okay, I'm going to put, because hopefully Sam has done this, he will have put the essay question at the top of the page. Okay, good work, Sam. All right, you're going to write your body paragraphs first, okay? You'll leave a bit of space because you're going to put your introduction, but you're going to write your body paragraphs first, okay? So you're going to, someone will need to answer that and just say that I'm recording something and I can't speak at the moment, okay? Can you do that? Oh, okay. Come on, someone help me out. I'll just put. Okay, so I'm going to put, there's going to be an introduction here, but I'm going to start the body paragraph. Now, when we start a body paragraph, we need what starts with a body paragraph? Excellent. Thank you very much. That is like an excellent answer. Okay, so we're going to copy and paste this topic sentence here. And I want to just keep, I'm just going to put this at the top just for your guidance. This is not always the case. It varies, but this is kind of what I want in your sentence, okay? I want author, okay? So Scorsese, users, okay, that's a good descriptor, but you go to your word bank and you can find other descriptors like employs, applies, yeah? Okay, he says film techniques, but I want to be a bit more specific as to what film techniques are. Now, something that students do is they list the techniques. They'll go symbolism, camera shots, characterization, all these things. But it's probably better if you choose one that is overarching over all of them. And I just had a quick look at this one before. And I reckon because there's camera shot, setting, symbol, and we've also seen that there's flashback. So you could do setting, but I think I'm going to do flashback because that's the overall arching technique. So uses the flashback to the U.S. the U.S. liberation of what concentration camp was it? Yep. I don't know if it's a proper noun or not. I don't think it is. I think I've checked this. Oh, though we're talking about it in this sense, so it would be. I don't know. It's in video now. It looks a bit funny, doesn't it? Double check that. The Dachau would definitely be a proper noun, so that's a capital D, but I have to double check this one. So Scorsese uses the flashback to the U.S. liberation of the Dachau concentration camp to what? We need another descriptor here, okay? So maybe to depict or to present or to portray. Okay, it's really important that you're just not lumping these words in there, that you've got to make sure they're in the right context, okay? Or depict. Teddy Daniels search for the truth. Okay, that's a really good topic sentence, okay? So then what you would then do is go to your table and have a look at how you want to use this. So the first one would be, like, say I haven't looked at this in complete detail, but let's just go with the very top technique. So that is panning shot. So you would go the employment of the panning camera shot, and that's when you put the evidence. Now with film, you don't always have the quote, or you don't always want to use quotes. Quotes absolutely have to be used, but sometimes the evidence of the panning shot wouldn't actually be someone saying something, would it? It would be the description. So we've got here the American soldiers shooting down. So I'm just going to copy and paste that. But we need to make sure it flows. So the employment of the panning shot, portraying or showing, okay, we want these descriptors being used, showing American soldiers shooting, I reckon gunning down is a stronger word, gunning down, oh, that is a good one too. I might use that for the explanation. Down the Nazis at the, well, we already know Nazi soldiers shows, and let's go to the explanation, okay? So, blah, 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 backward standards are very, we won't want to say that word exactly, but Teddy also has a flashback from the camp where many people pray his daughter is also there. Okay, so we want to, this explanation needs to address the topic sentence. So, how is it answering a question? What is it showing about the truth? Okay, I would say that this probably isn't, like, you can use some of this stuff, but you actually want to be talking about the panning shot shows, let me just quickly take that. Okay, I want to rephrase it because you shouldn't use phrases like that in your formal essay writing. Shush. Shows how the Nazis, and remember guys, because you're going to make this mistake, don't make the same mistake, there's no apostrophe. Okay, the Nazis are, can we use a different word? That's not that phrase. What can we say instead? Are piled together, scared for their lives. This reveals the truth that Teddy Daniels and his US comrades, because they're the people he works with, were just as bad as the Nazis, murdering people in cold blood. Okay, so I've got that there, but what you actually, because you could go back and go, oh, I remember that he said a quote about this, and you could actually use the quote. Does have a quote like that you could turn. I'll even put this here as a note. Turn this into a quote from Daniels, because he does say something like that. Now, what is happening here is, I've got 1 minute. Thank you for reminding me. I've got the, am I highlighting? I've got descriptor, I've got descriptor, I've got descriptor, I've got, show, reveals, this might not be all of them, but these are descriptors that you need to do. You've got your reference to author, which you need up the top. You have the technique, which is purple. You have got technique here. Okay. All right. Got the evidence here. Okay, then you would add in addition, so a connective, and then you would go back and you would add another sentence. Okay? So